Hello and welcome, travel friends. I'm Renee, owner of Red Orchid Travel. I'm excited to share this presentation with you. We've been planning this for a little while now, and I can't wait for you to discover the how, the why, and the who are Ponant Cruises, a cruise line known for its refined elegance, immersive itineraries, and intimate yacht-style ships. Ponant offers a truly elevated way to explore the world, one that's thoughtful, enriching, and unforgettable. Well, that's my opinion, and I have asked Erica to come with me today and show me all the things and teach us everything there is to know about Ponant. She's one of two expert Ponant Cruises business development managers here in Canada. Hi, Erica. How are you doing?
Renee, I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm excited. We have been talking about it for a while, so here we are.
Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah,
too. I'm thrilled. I'm already excited with the backdrop. This little heart shape here is very sweet. I love it.
thank you. I love this photo also. It was actually taken, if I'm not mistaken, in the Arctic in Greenland, which is one of the many destinations that we offer at Ponant Explorations. We are polar experts. I've been sailing to the poles, Arctic and Antarctica for over 25 years now. But it's again only two destinations amongst all the ones that we offer. So more on that a little bit later.
Yeah, and I called it Ponant Cruises when it is explorations, and I guess I got them intertwined. Paul Gauguin Cruises, Ponant Explorations, but they do offer incredible explorations. So I would love you to show us everything, anything and
Yes,
everything.
absolutely. And no worries about the name. Ponant Explorations is actually like our most recent brand name. And the term explorations is really, it really fits what we're doing today at Ponant. It's we consider that any destination can be like fully authentically explored, and that's what we do with our small ships. Before we dive into the presentation, I did want to show you a quick video so we can actually dive in the world of
Explore to inspire.
I love that.
a great video to kind of introduce the brand because like I said, we're polar experts, but at the same time we also offer all of these other amazing destinations. So just to explain who we are, where we come from. So Ponant Explorations was actually founded over 35 years ago, back in 1988. And this is back in the day where all of the cruise lines were literally racing towards building the biggest ships out there. And our founders, who were sailors actually, decided to go the opposite direction and launch Ponant with a small and intimate sailboat. So we've kind of always wanted to do things differently, go where others don't. And I guess that's really a pioneering spirit that has been driving us for all these years. We really do strive in exploring the world on board small ships and really delivering a more authentic and more immersive travel experience to discerning travelers that are looking for something more authentic. And of course, in a responsible and sustainable way, as we have been, as we were founded by sailors, it's really in our DNA to best protect the environment. We really do look to offer purposeful experiences, transformative experiences to people that want to really discover the world differently, that are looking for destination-focused programs, but also want to, be in a luxury environment. So as you can see on the screen, we have over 35 years of exploration, experts in French Polynesia for over 25 years also. In 2019, Paul Gauguin Cruises actually joined the Ponant family. Paul Gauguin Cruises is French Polynesia's destination expert. One ship, the MS Paul Gauguin, that has been sailing year-round for all these years in French Polynesia. The locals actually say that it's an extension to the islands, and I know that you actually sailed on board the Gauguin, Renee.
Yeah, January the 4th, 2020, I was on board, and we just learned that Ponant had acquired Paul Gauguin. So it was a very exciting time. I was right there when it happened, and I've been on since with the group. I brought a group there last year, and I have to say, it's a cultural, immersive experience that's almost hard to put into words. It's a feeling as well as the experience, all the senses, that what you see, look at that blue water, and what you hear, the voice of the people and the music, and those tribal tattoos. They're very different. They're not like we have here in North America. I loved it. I loved everything about it, and I would go there over and over again, and that says a lot because I don't usually go over and over to the same place. So love it.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. It was definitely an addition to the portfolio of experiences that made total sense. The very like-minded ways of thinking and of delivering travel experiences that are, like you said, transformative and not necessarily easy to put words on. I think that, authentic travel experiences like that are so humbling, and it really does come touch the heart and the senses. So thank you for that feedback. Paul Gauguin Cruises is amazing. I mentioned that we were founded by sailors at Ponant Exploration. So again, really in our DNA to best protect the environment. We are very proud to be the first maritime cruise line to have achieved the Green Globe certification, which is kind of a standard in the industry. So this was achieved back in 2024. And then all of our ships, so again, very small ships that can get us in smaller ports of call, more authentic destinations, and that were all purposely built for exploration, but also to limit our impact on the environment. So reducing CO2 emissions, cutting air pollution, protecting the marine biodiversity. It's all things that we continuously invest in when our ships go into dry dock, for example. So it's very important to us. It's definitely something that makes us unique and really leaders when it comes to sustainable travel. So if you're interested in knowing what we really do in detail, because we can literally talk about sustainability for hours and hours, but
Yes.
please don't hesitate to reach out to Renee. We're very open about the subject. We love to share details. So again, reach out to Renee and we'll be more than happy to provide further detail. In terms of the destinations, so I touched on this at the beginning of the presentation, but we sail on all 7 continents. We operate over 450 different itineraries every year. Oh, excuse me. The presentation has a mind of its own. So the polar regions, but everywhere in between, including Asia, Oceania, the Indian Ocean, Africa, the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Central America, the Caribbean, Latin America, the South Pacific, and we also sail to North America. We were just talking, Renee and I, before we started the presentation about the fact that we have wonderful, beautiful sailings on the St. Lawrence River and on the Great Lakes here in North America. And you even have the opportunity to embark in Toronto. So in your backyard or your hometown, depending on where you're located. So it's a great opportunity to discover our own country, or at least North America, from the river.
Yes.
So it's very beautiful itineraries, and again, we do repeat them every year.
Yes, very beautiful itineraries for sure.
And we have such an amazing portfolio of destinations. If you're not into the Great Lakes, or if you're not into the polar regions, there's so many other different options. There's definitely something out there that is going to fit your travel desires. And so we really do understand that each destination is truly unique. And that's why we've crafted 3 specific travel styles to suit every journey. So we have 3 cruise categories, starting with expedition cruises. Our expedition cruises will sail to destinations where we're not necessarily docking into a port. We're going to be visiting, exploring destinations which are going to be more nature focused. So we'll have the opportunity to observe beautiful landscapes, observe wildlife, but also meet with local communities also. So that's a big part of the experience of an expedition cruise, I would say. The difference also with an expedition voyage is that because we're not actually docking into a port, we'll have the opportunity to disembark directly from the ship on board Zodiac inflatables to go ashore, or to just stay in the Zodiac and observe our surroundings. And so all of these outings are included, and they're all organized by the expedition team, which is led by an expedition leader and composed of naturalist guides that are all really experts of the destination that you're sailing to. So their role, of course, is your safety, to organize all of the outings, but it's also to tell you everything about the destination, what you're seeing during that outing. So there's really an educational component to the expedition experience. And then the second type of cruise style that we will offer is what we call our timeless itineraries. So these are boutique itineraries that are more cultural, where we are going to be docking into ports. So think of, for example, sailings in Europe, in Asia. So again, more focused on the culture and small ports. But again, because our ships are so intimate, we really get into those smaller ports of call, more authentic. We really have easy access to city centers. And during those sailings, we will organize excursions with local operators. And we are very happy to now offer 1 excursion per person in every port of call for our timeless cruise style cruising. So very, very happy about that. And then the third type of cruise will be a discovery cruise, which means that it's the combination of expedition and timeless. So you will both have outings with naturalist guides on board Zodiacs, but you'll also have some excursions that will be organized by local operators. And again, you know that all of those outings are included. So again, the purpose of having these 3 types of voyages is really to be able to adapt the program to the destination, so you're getting really the best experience of that destination. In terms of other themes that we would offer, so we're really proud to offer on select sailings programs that are enriched and in alliance with really world-renowned institutions. And these specific programs, of course, will be a little bit more, we'll deep dive a little bit more on specific topics. And the collaborations that we offer, that we have established throughout the years, are with Smithsonian Journeys. These sailings will always include the presence of 2 Smithsonian Journeys experts on board, in addition to the Ponant experts. We also work with the Explorers Club on certain expedition sailings. We have a long-term partnership with Renee Chateau. Actually, one of our ships, Le Ponant, which is a sailing vessel, is actually labeled Renee Chateau as well. And then we also have some signature themed voyages, again, where we are going to have specific topics, whether it's food and wine, whether it's world affairs, music. So if you're into a very niche program, that's also something that we offer. And of course, again, with experts in those specific fields also on board the ship. Host lectures, of course, but to also really engage with you, have dinner with you, have conversations, a coffee, just so, again, they can really share their knowledge about the destination. So, summarize the Ponant experience, it's really a blend of, I'd say, refined French style. I'm not sure if I mentioned this at the beginning of the presentation, but the founders of Ponant, they were actually French. So that's why, we've seen on the deck that we reference France a lot. We are a French cruise line, but today we really do cater to a multicultural demographic. And I think that for the Canadian market, at least that's what I've heard from our travel partners, is that it's something that our Canadian travelers really do enjoy as well. The fact that it's so diverse. You can meet people from Australia, from the UK, from the United States, from all over the world. And I've heard also that the friendships that you make on Ponant really do last, and people keep in touch. So it's definitely something that that our guests do enjoy. And of course, the French aspect. I'm talking about multicultural and the multicultural experience here, but of course, the food, the wine, the butter. Everybody raves about the Ponant butter.
So gotta have the butter. The butter is the part of it.
It's really kind of the best of both worlds, between that very immersive, authentic experience of the destination, but then you're back on board your ship and you're in total comfort and luxury with wonderful French gastronomy, beautiful wines. So again, really the best of both worlds. And then, like I said, you really get that educational component. So not only are you seeing beautiful things, or going on beautiful excursions, or eating great food, drinking great wine, you're also really understanding the destination and having access to education and ambassadors of that destination. So when you step off the ship, you become also an ambassador of the destination that you just visited. And that's kind of something that we've always strived for at Ponant. And before I continue, here is a sneak peek of life on board our beautiful intimate ships.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I can only agree. I don't get tired of that video. So the ship that we just saw in the video was one of our Explorer class vessels. We have a total of 6 Explorer class vessels in the fleet. So they all can accommodate only a maximum of 184 guests. So very intimate. All of these staterooms and suites have private balconies on board these ships as well. And what is really unique is that they are each equipped of an underwater sensory lounge, which is called the Blue Eye, which is a unique concept to Ponant. It's really literally this underwater lounge where you can go enjoy a cocktail or just relax and enjoy the underwater scenery thanks to the two large portholes on each side of the lounge. So it's very relaxing. It's very immersive. You kind of have the impression that we're in the mouth of a whale when we're down there. And those ships actually sail the Great Lakes of North America. So when we have our ships in North America, it's two of the Explorer class vessels that sail on this side of the pond. But then, as you can see, we have a total of 13 Ponant ships. So in addition to the 6 Explorer class vessels, we have 4 sister ships that are called Le Boreal, Le Stral, Le Soleal, and L'Lyrial. These ships are a little bit bigger. They accommodate only 254 guests maximum. These ships were purposely built to sail all over the globe, so in the polar regions and everywhere in between, whereas the Explorer class vessels, because they're equipped with an underwater sensory lounge, they will not sail to the Antarctic or to the Arctic. And then, as I mentioned, we have a beautiful 3-master sailing vessel that accommodates only 32 guests, Le Ponant. She accommodates, she is the only sailing vessel that is labeled Renee Chateau. So it's a beautiful onboard experience. She is wind powered actually. So if you're into sailing, it's a great experience for you. She mainly sails in the Mediterranean and in the Caribbean during the wintertime. We also added to our fleet a 12-guest catamaran, the Spirit of Ponant, which is a catamaran that is currently located in the Indian Ocean, operating 7-night itineraries in the Seychelles. So this is perfect for truck charters if you have a special occasion to celebrate and you want to go with your family to the Seychelles. Highly recommend. Wonderful experience. And then last but not least, Le Commandant Chapeau, which is the first and only luxury icebreaker in the world. I do have a few slides on this amazing vessel on the following slides. And then we touched on Paul Gauguin Cruises a little bit earlier, but again, Paul Gauguin Cruises joined the Ponant fleet back in 2019. It's really French Polynesia's destination expert. If you dream of going to French Polynesia, the best way to visit the destination, to experience it, is with the MS Paul Gauguin. The ship was purposely built for the destination with a very shallow hull, which really gets us right into the islands of French Polynesia. So you can, to Renee's point, what you mentioned earlier, see the beautiful beaches, the beautiful nature, smell the beautiful nature, hear the sounds. It's very multi-central experience. And the Gauguin, once again, can really get you into the islands. A really unique point about the experience on the Gauguin as well is the fact that we have local Tahitian hosts that we call the Gauguins and the Gauguins that are there to really bring the Tahitian culture to life. So you're fully immersed in the destination when you're off the ship, but also when you're on the ship, thanks to these wonderful local hosts. So amazing experience in French Polynesia. But now we're going to go in chillier destinations on board Le Commandant Charcot. As I mentioned, this ship is the first and only luxury icebreaker in the world. She joined the Ponant fleet back in 2021, and she's currently the most powerful non-nuclear ship in the market, which makes her about 7 times more powerful than any other expedition ships out there. She's certified clean ship by the French Bureau Veritas. All of our other ships are certified clean ship, but she's super clean. And she's also powered by liquefied natural gas and electricity. So she was purposely built to sail to the most remote regions of the Arctic and Antarctica, and to really provide deep polar exploration to areas in the poles that are not accessible to other ships, basically. So for example, we have the capacity of sailing to the geographic North Pole. So as you can see on the screen, we will depart from Svalbard, which is located just north of Norway, and we will head straight to 90 degrees on the top of the world, literally. And if you take a look at the itinerary, it is just a straight line, but it doesn't mean that we're not doing activities every day. On the contrary, we have an amazing team of naturalist guides on board. You're disembarking every day on the ice as well, as you can see, and you have the opportunity to partake in immersive polar activities, whether that's hiking, whether it's observing wildlife. So it's really truly immersive, and it's a very exclusive experience. Not a lot of people can say that they have been to the geographic North Pole or to the northeast coast of Greenland. So it's really truly amazing and unique experiences that we're offering with the Charcot. She was not only built to access the most remote regions of the poles, but she was also built for science. Because we're going places nobody else goes to with the Charcot, we wanted to dedicate the ship to science. So we built the ship with 2 labs on board, and on every Le Commandant Charcot sailing, we have experts as well as scientists that are performing experiences, and you have the opportunity when you're a guest on Charcot to ask questions and sometimes even participate in those experiences. So it's really interesting. And of course, she's not only the most powerful non-nuclear ship in the market, she literally redefines comfort and elegance at sea. The ship can accommodate only 245 guests. All of these staterooms and suites have private balconies. There's beautiful lounges, lots of natural light, beautiful windows, so you can always have the opportunity to see what's going on the ice. The interior design is absolutely fantastic. It blends perfectly with the polar landscapes. The dining experience on board Charcot is also absolutely amazing. There's 2 restaurants on board. The Carte restaurant, which is called Nuna, is actually Alain Ducasse, so the French Michelin star chef. It's his restaurant. So he actually comes on board the ship twice a year to train the team. So you have the opportunity to dine in a Michelin star restaurant, or have breakfast and even lunch there. So it's absolutely amazing. I do reassure you, there's a wellness area with a spa as well as a gym, but the vessel is absolutely amazing. And then one of the reasons, I'd say one of the highlights about Ponant as well is, of course, the all-inclusiveness of the offer that we provide. I know that luxury is different to everyone, but often it's just being able to sit back, enjoy the experience, enjoy the present moment without thinking, oh, what's included or not? Do I need to add a package? So that's why all of our gourmet meals on board are included, gratuities are included, all beverages, alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages are included. Each stateroom and suite is equipped of a mini bar that is stocked twice a day, as well as an espresso coffee machine. We include 24-hour room service, unlimited Wi-Fi for an unlimited number of devices as well. We just finished installing Starlink on all of our fleet, so the internet connection is actually very good. All of these shore landings, when we're in expedition mode, of course, are included, like I mentioned, and 1 excursion per person in every port of call when we are on a timeless cruise. And when you're sailing to the poles with us, we provide a beautiful Ponant parka. It is yours to keep. It's a fantastic souvenir. And we also provide boots to borrow, so you don't have to bring those in your suitcase when you're traveling so far away. In terms of different offers, we have different offers in market currently. One of our most popular offer would be our no single supplement. We have about 20% of our guests on board the ships are solo travelers. So we have a wonderful selection of sailings with no single supplement. I believe today we had over 100 departures with no single supplement, and that's sailings that take place in this year in 2025, but also 2026 and 2027. So lots of choices for solo travelers. Of course, we have special offers for families if you're traveling with your children. Our early booking offer is called the bonus saving, so Ponant bonus. So if you book early, you can save up to 30% on the brochure rate. And then if you sail with us more than once, you will be part of our loyalty program as well. So there's savings for you as well when you are a repeat guest. And if you'd like to stay on board with us for more than one cruise, we also do have a few sailings that on which we have our back-to-back savings. And again, all of this is available, and Renee has all the information, so reach out to her. She'll be more than happy to send you the selection of eligible sailings. I think that concludes everything that I wanted to say, Renee. Is there anything that you would like me to talk more about?
What I'm thinking of right now with the French theme and seeing the French flag was basically that butter talk is croissants and crepes. And when you mentioned the Michelin dining, all I could picture was the long, lingering dinners over French wines. Who doesn't love that? I like the bicycles. I think they're bicycles, the fat bicycles that were in the snow there. Was that a fat bicycle? That's
Yes,
unique.
absolutely. So it's not in every polar destination. I believe that that was an activity that we offered on our winter cruises when our luxury icebreaker sailed to Quebec City. So last winter in January, we operated the first winter cruises in the history of the St. Lawrence River. And so we had the icebreaker sail to Canada during the winter time, and the itinerary included the Magdalen Islands during the winter time, and that's where we offered fat biking.
Wow. Yeah, that was unique. I hadn't seen that before. I love that. Well, you know what? I would love to thank you for spending time with us today, anybody watching this, and as well for you, Erica, because, to learn more about a brand of ships is part of the education that we strive to do as a travel advisor agency. And I find that a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about what a brand could hold. And like you said, luxury is something different for everybody. To me, it's like those long lingering times to be able to relax with a cup of coffee and not feel rushed in your morning. Those are all things that I capture in my heart about luxury and things that I can't do on the everyday. But for our audience, if you're not working with a travel advisor already, I would be honored to work with you. You could reach out and or if you have any more questions about Ponant Explorations, a little tongue tied there, you could reach me at my information in this slide, Renee at redorchidtravel.com. And Erica, thank you so much for a stellar presentation. I'm so glad we could meet today and learn more about sailing ahead with Ponant and yourself. I wish you a great day. And, all things, it's always meant to be when we get together. And today was a great day. I'm so happy that you were here. So thank you
Thank
for that.
you. Thanks, Renee. I really appreciate it. And honestly, there's so much to say about Ponant Explorations. This was an introduction, but for the audience, reach out to Renee, and we hope to welcome you on our ship soon.
Yes, I call it like a snorkeling expedition here. You got to go on the surface and see a little bit. And when you want to take a nice scuba dive and learn more and get deeper into the brand, I would love to share with you.
I
Alrighty,
love
you
it.
take care and thanks again for joining us here today.
Thank you.